Fridays are all about feeling good, guys, and we're just gonna take 5 deep breaths. So big inhale through the nose, big exhale, let it go. And just really focus on the inhale. And really focus on that accordion exhale as you squeeze everything out. Take 3 more, just like that. Breathing in like you were sipping through a straw. Just trying to get all that goodness. Don't want to leave anything behind. Take 1 more breath. When you're ready, blink those eyes open. Maybe take a look around you in your space and who's with you, who's around you. Or maybe you just get to be alone with your yoga mat, your time, your Friday flow. So we're gonna bring our hands right outside our knees, and kind of like we did on the chair for Monday, pull your chest forward and try to arch your back, kind of like a seated cat-cow. Maybe you gaze out beyond the nose, maybe you tuck your chin and look slightly up as you push your shoulder blades down. And then as you exhale, round the spine, tuck your tailbone, and then even reach your fingertips back behind your hips. Maybe lift up through your knees, get a stretch on the tops of the feet. We're gonna do that a couple times. So inhale, pull your chest through. Exhale, round your spine, push into the mat, and then maybe reach those fingertips back. Just whatever feels best. Let's do 2 more. And last one, really pulling your chest forward, elbows squeezing in, rounding your spine. Maybe stretch the tops of the feet a little bit more, and then just kind of let that go. And we'll just kind of wiggle out the knees, wiggle out the feet, and let's just take 3 cat-cows, because why not? It feels so good. As you inhale, pull your chest through, maybe gaze beyond the nose. And as you exhale, round your spine, articulate through each vertebrae, and tuck your chin. 2 more on your own, really wrapping those triceps back towards your knees. And exhale, really find some space between the shoulders, between the back of the neck. And on this inhale, try to squeeze your legs apart from one another. And on this exhale, let everything go. Tucking the toes if they're not already. Reach the fingertips back and then lift up through the knees, round the spine, really get the belly all the way down before you roll all the way up. Let's do this. We'll stand at the top of our mat in our Tadasana pose. We're gonna go through a really sweet flow. So as you inhale, rise to upward salute. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart, gently stepping your left foot back. So your right knee should be forward. Tuck through the tailbone, just find your first crescent lunge. If you're already ready for it, reach those arms all the way up, totally up to you. Bringing that 90-degree bend in the front knee, softening through that back heel. And just giving your body to take 1 more breath as you inhale the arms up. Give yourself a cactus as you bend the elbows, open up through your heart, and then start to hinge at your hips. Bring your fingertips down, step your back foot forward, lengthen your spine, fingertips to shins. And as you exhale, maybe bend the knees, forward fold. And as you inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And then exhales to step your left foot back. Step your right foot back, meet in a high plank pose. Take a full breath here. And on your exhale, send your hips high to a downward facing dog. Just take a moment to kind of bend the knees side to side. Let yourself be here for the first time, maybe today. And really grip into the fingertips. Really push into the base of the palms. Wrap those elbows and the triceps back. Come up onto your tippy toes and then bend your knees. Try to get your belly to your thighs. And then step your right foot forward outside your right hand. And then come up onto those fingertips. Good, and then place that left hand down. Inhale, open up to your twisted lunge. Really stack through the shoulders. Gaze up towards the thumb. Take 1 more breath. And on your exhale, bring your hand down. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Stay low in your active squat. Take 3 pulses. Good, and then inhale, straighten the legs. Reach all the way up. And then maybe just connect the palms, side bend over to the left. So get a big stretch into that right side body. As you inhale, come all the way back up. Bend the knees, open up your chest, and find cactus, open your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold, bend the knees. Roll your body all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart, and then step your right foot back. Coming into your low lunge or your high lunge on the opposite side. So when you're ready, reach those arms all the way up. Give yourself 2 or 3 more breaths just to arrive in the second side. As you soften through the shoulders, melting through the heart. Good, take one more inhale. And on your exhale, cactus the arms, maybe gaze up. Good, and then reach the fingertips back, hinge at the hips, bend into your back knee, step it forward, lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, fold. And on your inhale, rise all the way to standing. On your exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Lengthen your spine. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Meet in a plank pose. Take a full inhale. On your exhale, send your hips high to your downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. A couple more moments to assess the shape. And then on your inhale, lift up your heels, and on your exhale, bend your knees. Step your left foot forward. Coming into your lizard lunge, come into your fingertips. Take a few breaths. Dropping your right palm, reach that left arm all the way up to the sky. Looking at the thumb, rotating that right elbow back. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, bring your fingertips down. Step it forward into active squat. Give yourself 3 pulses, maybe some high fives. Give me some of that energy. On your exhale, straighten your legs, hands to heart. On your inhale, reach up, gaze up. Good, and then connecting the palms, maybe just side bend over to the right as you push the hips forward. As you open up through that low back and the mid back. And as you inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, open up to cactus. As you inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, forward fold, maybe bend the knees. You do you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, big stretch. Exhale, plant your palms. Connect into the floor, keep your knees bent. So feet are a little bit wider than hip distance. Palms are connected into the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to find that space. And then begin to squeeze your feet apart from one another as you let your head hang. So just kind of activating through that really, really high space by your tailbone. Squeeze those legs apart. And then just relax. Maybe hold on to opposite elbows. Just kind of sway side to side. Always really grounding to melt into a forward fold. Let yourself always proceed lovingly and patiently with those hamstrings. Start to release your hands, bend your knees, reach all the way up to the sky, and then seal those palms at your heart. Anjali Mudra. All right, so let's go through that flow. Let's add on to it a little bit. So as you inhale from your Tadasana, reach your arms up. And then we're gonna step that left foot back so that our right knee is forward. Take a big breath here. And as you exhale, cactus those arms, open your chest, really squeeze everything back. As you inhale, plant your palms down, step your back foot forward, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold, plant your hands so that you can step back to a plank pose. Take a full inhale. And then on your exhale, send the hips high to a downward facing dog. So on your inhale, lift your heels, and on your exhale, bend your knees so that you can step your right foot forward into your lizard lunge, come onto your fingertips. And then plant that left hand down, inhale, open up that right arm, big stretch, big breath. Beautiful, and then bring the fingertips back, step forward into an active squat. Give me 3 pulses, maybe some high fives, let's do it. And as you inhale, reach all the way up. As you exhale, bend over to the left. So feet can be hip distance or even a little bit wider. Squeeze the hips forward. Feel activation through the low back and the mid back. Wrapping that right shoulder back. Take one more breath. Inhale back to center. Bend your knees and then open up your arms to a cactus. Reach your sternum to the sky. So good. And then inhale. As you rise up, turn your body to the left. So you're in a star pose in a wide-legged shape. So reach the fingertips away from you like a big, beautiful star. Lift up through your right heel, pivot onto your right toes, and then bend into your right knee. Find your warrior two. So bring those hips and those shoulders right in line with one another, gazing just beyond your fingertips. Start to push into that right heel. Feel that, and then see where you can find somewhere in the middle of all that activation. Check in, make sure you can see that big toe up front. Take one more breath. And on your exhale, cartwheel down, step your foot forward and forward fold. Lengthen through your spine, big breath. Exhale, melt, let it go. Sweep the floor, reach to the sky, and then seal those palms back at your heart. Awesome. On your inhale, reach back up. On your exhale, step your left foot back, or your right foot back, so your left foot is forward now. Taking a full breath here, and on your exhale, we're gonna cactus those arms, big breath. Start to hinge at the hips, bring your fingertips back to the mat, step it forward, lengthen your spine, maybe hands to the shins, exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back, take a plank pose. If you ever want your push-up, add it, or even your chaturanga, upward facing dog, because we're gonna meet in a downward facing dog. We're gonna take a big inhale as you lift up through those heels, keep your sits bones pushing high, and as you exhale, bend your knees, step your left foot forward into your lizard lunge. Come into those fingertips. Maybe wiggle forward and back. And then bend your back knee, step it forward. Just kidding, step it back, plant your right palm, open up to a twist. We'll see if I edit that out, I'm not sure. Sometimes I miss those. Thanks for staying with me. Take one more breath. And then bring the right fingertips down, or the left fingertips, step your right foot forward, inhale up to your active squat. Give me a fist bump, maybe two. Then your exhale, straighten your legs. Inhale, reach all the way up. This time we're gonna side bend over to the left. So really opening up through the chest. We're gonna side bend over to the right. This time we're gonna side bend over to the right. Trying to lift up a little bit longer through the spine, maybe connecting through the palms. Take another inhale, and then stave your exhale. As you inhale, come back to center, bend your knees to support your low back, and then open up your chest, squeeze the elbows back like you're trying to do an overhead pull down. Take one more inhale, and then turn your body all the way to the right, come into your big star shape, open everything up. Start to lift up through the left toes, and then pivot onto your left foot, bend into your left knee, find your warrior two. Relax through the shoulders, bring the hips and the torso right in line, so we're not totally reaching forward. We're nice and stacked in our warriors. Take one more breath. Reach forward, bring your fingertips down. This time step your left foot back. Let's take a full push-up. Let's take a downward facing dog. Give yourself 3 breaths here in your downward facing dog. After you got a little bit of blood flowing, just kind of notice where you feel it in your body. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Take one more inhale as you lift those heels. Bend your knees, hopper step, feet outside the hands. Inhale. Hello, baby. Exhale, forward fold. So bend the knees again to plant the palms down onto the mat, however deep we can get into it. Planting the palms, and then drop your hips a little lower, and then exhale, push them to straight, round your spine, tuck your chin. And then inhale, just bend your knees however much you can, trying to keep your palms connected. Exhale, straighten the legs, push into the base of your palms to bring your spine a little bit more vertical. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, roll your body all the way up. Bring your feet together to touch. And we'll take one more side bend. So inhale the arms all the way up. We'll take one more side bend. So inhale the arms all the way up. Take a few wiggles. Squeeze the hips and the glutes forward. And on your exhale, start to bend over to the left side. So squeezing the hips forward, rotating that right shoulder back. Try to connect through your palms. Maybe try to close your eyes and push into your right foot to get a little longer through that right side. Squeezing your core, Feeling your feet, completing your exhale. Inhale, lift to center. If you want to reset, bend the knees, open your arms to a cactus. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, roll your body all the way up, head comes abreast, arms follow. Connect your palms and the thumbs the funky way. Take a couple wiggles, take an inhale, and on your exhale, gently push your hips to the left, side bend over to the right. Really feeling that through the whole front side rib. Push into that left foot to get a little longer through that spine and the side body. Relaxing through your head and your heart space. Completing your exhale. And on your inhale, come back to center. And seal your palms to your heart. Allow yourself to stay here with closed eyes for one more moment. We're going to move one breath per movement, one more time on each side, standing at the top of your mat. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up. Exhale, step your right foot back. Take a big breath. And on your exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, forward fold, step that right foot back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back, step your left foot back. Take a full inhale in your plank pose. And on your exhale, downward dog. On your inhale, lift up through your heels. On your exhale, bend your knees, and then step your left foot forward. On your inhale, come to your fingertips. And on your exhale, plant your palm, open up to your twist, take a full breath. On your exhale, plant your left palm down, step your right foot forward, open up to your active squat for 3, 2, and 1. Hands to heart. Inhale to upward salute. And exhale, side bend over to the left. Really taking a really nice stretch through that whole side body. And then inhale, come back to center. And then open up through those arms, cactus. Inhale, back to center. Turn your body to the right. Open up into your star shape. Lift up through your left heel, left toes. Pivot on them, and then bend your knee into your warrior 2. Take a full breath cycle. Stay for your exhale. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, you reach. Step your back foot forward. Lengthen your spine. And then forward fold. Roll your body all the way up to upward salute. And then bring your palms to your heart. Second side. Inhale, reach the arms. Big breath in. Exhale, step your left foot back. Take a full inhale. And on your exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale to forward fold, step it forward. Lengthen your spine. And then exhale, step your left foot back, step your right foot back. Stay one breath in your plank pose. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and then step your right foot forward. Come up onto the fingertips, come into your little lizard. Inhale, and then exhale, plant your palm, open up to your twist. On your exhale, reach that right hand back, step your left foot outside your left hand. Give me 3 pulses. You've got this. On your exhale, straighten your hands, straighten your legs. Inhale, reach all the way up. This time we're gonna bend over to the right. Take a full breath. Stay for your exhale. And on your inhale, come back to center, bend the knees, cactus those arms, big breath in. And then turn your body to the left, find your star shape. Big inhale, lift up through those right toes, pivot onto the heel, and then send your knee down into your warrior. Take a full breath cycle here. Good, reach to the front of your mat, step your back foot forward into a forward fold, lengthen your spine, and then let it go. Walking your feet as wide as you want to, holding on to opposite elbows. Maybe bend into one knee and the other. Maybe go through that flow a couple more times if it felt groovy to you. We're gonna end class in a pigeon because we really haven't done much stretching. So plant those palms and then just start to walk your feet in so they're about hip distance apart. Bringing that left foot behind your right foot. Bending the knees. Back to a plank pose, sending the hips high to a downward dog. We're gonna lift up through our right leg. And then we're gonna bring our knee to our wrist so that we can place it down. Maybe that shin goes perpendicular to your body. Maybe it's kind of more at an angle. Wherever you are, bring that left hip so it's a little bit farther forward. Feeling that stretch here. And before we melt, just push the palms into the mat. Open up through the chest. Just kind of relax somewhere. Once that feels like that space is opened up, start to walk forward, maybe onto your forearms. And we're going to focus on 10 long, deep breaths. Just getting a little heavier each time. Slow it down the exhale. About 5 more breaths, just as you are. Breathing into what feels good. Taking a few moments just to maybe think about your day and what you need to be prepared for mentally, physically, and emotionally. Staying in your pigeon as long as you wish. Before you walk back to those hands, keeping the shoulders and the hips squared, maybe inhale, open up your chest. If you like to reset in a down dog, then just kind of wiggle that front hip back, tuck into your back toes, and then lift your hips. Or if that doesn't sound like your jam, just lean onto that right hip, swing that left leg around, coming into the other side. So that left leg is going to be almost perpendicular. If this is a really intense pose, we can always take deer, which is 2 90-degree bends with our legs. So one leg is externally rotated, the other one is internally rotated, and then we just kind of hinge forward. Or just straighten through that back leg, wiggle through your hips, find your squared hips, push into your palms, and just settle in. Nope, go lay down. Kind of like to push into the palms because it sends the hips back a little bit, so you give yourself even more without forcing anything at any time. Start to melt onto those forearms or just wherever you want to go with it. And wherever you are, let's focus on 10 deep breaths. It's okay if you lose count. That's probably a good thing. Where your thoughts are, being the observer, taking about 3 more breaths, focusing on the now. Gently coming back to the palms, lifting up through your chest, resetting yourself in a downward dog, or just kind of swing that leg around, bringing your feet as wider than your hips, almost wider than your yoga mat, and then just kind of wiggle side to side. Okay, thank you for this sweet time for a gentle flow for your body. Feel free to go through it a couple times. Feel free to change anything. It's so awesome to just establish this mind-body connection in the comfort of your own home. But sometimes that can leave us not really knowing what to do. So that's why you have this buffet of movement of all of these shapes and positions, and you can kind of see what your body really responds to. Feel free to send me an email if you're feeling something or craving something specific. We're just gonna keep diving in a little bit deeper each week, and we still have 2 more weeks left, which is really exciting. That's a lot more ways to get to know our bodies. I'm done. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.